This week on Toyota Ski Northwest, we're doing it all in the Methow Valley. Outstanding Nordic skiing, alpine skiing at one of Washington's hidden gems, heli skiing in the North Cascades, and check out the digs at Sun Mountain Lodge. Toyota Ski Northwest from the Methow Valley starts right now. The beautiful Methow Valley and surrounding peaks conspire to create the perfect backdrop for an unforgettable winter vacation. This region of north-central Washington state gets 300 days of sunshine a year. When compared to western Washington and Oregon, it's like another world, which it is. Laid back and relaxed, you'll forget all about the stress you left behind. Spend a week in the Methow and you'll start dreaming about moving here.
I think part of what makes this area really unique is that we are surrounded by public lands. There's wilderness, national park, and forest service surrounding the majority of this valley, and then just a small ribbon of development that goes up and down the valley between Mazama, Winthrop, and Twisp. So, when you look up, you just see a lot of wild scenery.
The Methow Valley is perfect for cross-country skiing. In fact, some say it's the best in the United States. But alpine skiers and riders can find lift-served turns at the Loop ski area, or epic helicopter-served backcountry terrain in the North Cascades. There's a lot of lodging options and cross-country trails in the Methow Valley, but we're going to start 1,000 feet above it at the Sun Mountain Lodge.
Sun Mountain's a great mix of everything, and of course in the Methow Valley floor there's the flat, long trails and the rendezvous, big steep hills, but here at Sun Mountain we've got easy trails, some nice flat trails through the aspens, but we've also got some killer hills around here too, so it's really interesting terrain. Another great thing about Sun Mountain is that we're just a little higher, and some of our trails are shaded a little bit more, so we get snow a little earlier and keep it a little bit longer, so the conditions here are usually excellent every single day, which is just amazing how good it can be.
If you've been putting off learning to cross-country ski or need a skating lesson, this is the place.
10:30 in the morning, we've got a basic lesson. This is for people who have never skied before. We want to get them out on skis. We teach them what they need to know so they can go out on the trails and have a really, really fun time.
Don Portman is the director of skiing at Sun Mountain Lodge. With 31 years of experience, Don knows what he's talking about.
I tell people two things about learning how to cross-country ski, because really cross-country skiing is such a big sport with so many different things. But here, where we're talking about groomed trails, we're talking about two kinds of skiing, classic skiing and skate skiing. Classic skiing is very easy to get started. Put on skis, you can just start moving down the trail very quickly. If you stay away from the hills, you're really safe and easy. Skate skiing is not quite so easy to learn at first, but it's easy to get good at it. But skate skiing is not intuitive. So for skate skiing in particular, a lesson is so helpful, particularly skating up hills.
And if you don't have your own gear, they can set you up.
Good morning.
Winter fun at Sun Mountain Lodge isn't limited to 50-plus kilometers of cross-country skiing. Kids of all ages will love the sledding hill. There are miles of snowshoe trails, daily horse-drawn sleigh rides and dinner rides, and an outdoor skating rink. Or just relax in one of the hot tubs. You can rent all the gear you'll need for winter fun in the ski shop. For 15 years in a row, the Sun Mountain Lodge has received AAA 4-Diamond Resort status, proof that staying here is so comfortable you won't want to leave. They offer 4 lodging options. The main lodge has all the amenities close at hand, but many guests opt for something a little more intimate.
We have 2 outside buildings called the Gardner Building, which is more what I would call a superior cottage room. And then our luxury wing, which is the Robinson wing. And then a mile from the lodge, we have 15 luxury cabins surrounding Patterson Lake in the summer months and at the heart of the trail system during the ski season.
For a special night in, we recommend Sun Mountain's multiple award-winning dining room. The staff serves some of the finest entrees in Washington. And the wine cellar is something to see, with over 5,000 bottles and some 450 different labels.
Well, then I can get you 40.
For a more casual dining experience or for après-ski, there's the Wolf Creek Bar and Grill. In winter, the North Cascades Highway is closed, but you can still get here by driving up the sunny east side of the Cascades along the Columbia River. Sun Mountain Lodge in the Methow Valley is a beautiful 5-hour drive from Seattle and just under 400 miles from Portland. Or you could fly and drive from Spokane or Wenatchee. For detailed directions, rates, and reservations, log on sunmountainlodge.com or call 1-800-572-0493. Toyota Ski Northwest on FSN Northwest from the Methow Valley will be back after this. Toyota Ski Northwest on FSN Northwest is proudly sponsored by your Western Washington Toyota dealers, Sturdivant's in Bellevue and Puyallup, SkiWashington.com, Solomon, and Borderline Snowboards. Welcome back to Toyota Ski Northwest on FSN Northwest from the beautiful Methow Valley. Imagine yourself gliding along on 200 kilometers of perfectly groomed cross-country trails.
The trail system is divided into 3 general areas, and there's 200 kilometers of winter trails altogether, and then many of those, about 80% of those, also become summer trails. I guess people would describe Mazama as probably the most approachable just because there's a lot of flat, rolling terrain. You can get along the river, have a nice family tour out to a warming hut or a shelter, and go across a bridge, and you can get in and out pretty quick and not have to climb many hills. Sun Mountain is more variety. You can do some easier, shorter loops, or you can get up on some rolling hills, or do a big long ascent up to the top. And then the Rendezvous is for people who really want to do some more aggressive skiing, because it's pretty much all up or all down depending on where you start.
Spend a few ski days surrounded by all this beauty and you'll gain a key insight into why the locals are so passionate about their valley. Sean McCabe teaches art at Liberty Bell High School. He's an avid climber and cross-country skier. Sean can still fly, and his art reflects his love for his surroundings.
My outdoor activities and my painting are interrelated. I couldn't do one without the other. I think part of the reason I climb and ski is to enjoy the landscape and the colors that surround me. And likewise, I think part of the reason I paint is to express that to other people.
Sean's wife, Laura McCabe, is a 2-time Olympian, just one of the amazing athletes who will probably pass you out on the trails.
She's the best. She's the best. I can't keep up with her anymore.
This season, the Methow Valley has expanded its dog-friendly ski trails to 57 kilometers. However, the Winthrop Town Trailhead isn't one of them, except one morning a year. It's called the Doggy Dash.
Thank you all for coming out.
The guy in the dog outfit is in charge.
Doggy Dash is a 6-legged race, 1 lap around the Winthrop Town Trailhead, and it's kind of a heat system. So the top 2 racers from each heat advance to the next round until we whittle down to a final heat.
I think there's a joke in there somewhere, isn't there?
Yes, I guess about dogs and heat, perhaps, yes.
Here comes Misha. Misha knows what's on the line.
Dave Ford and Misha have won the Doggy Dash 2 straight years.
Do you just train with her a lot, or she just loves to run?
We usually run at least 10K a day and usually 20K.
Misha refused comment. She's already psyching for her next race. It's scheduled for February the 15th.
And go.
For more information about the Doggy Dash and other great Methow Valley events, log on mvsta.com. At the heart of the Methow Valley is the western-themed town of Winthrop.
Like a lot of the small rural towns in the west, it used to be mining and timber, and now it's recreation. So the pressures that you find in the larger suburban metropolitan areas just don't quite make it here. Most people lose that by the time they complete their drive and get here.
In the summer, when the North Cascades Highway is open, Winthrop can get busy. But in the winter, it's more laid back.
If you want sort of a quiet, charming little town in the winter, just come any non-holiday weekend and it's kind of all yours.
But for a town of around 400 people, there's a lot going on. The locals love to have fun, and you can't help picking up their positive vibe. There's a beautiful new ice rink located at the town trailhead. And if you left your skates at home, you can rent some here. After a long day of skiing, you're going to need to recharge your battery. In Winthrop, you'll discover a wide range of places to eat and après-ski. Or just walk around town and hit some of the unique shops and galleries. For more information, log on winthropwashington.com. It's too cold here to sleep in your car, but luckily, you've got a lot of lodging options in the Methow Valley.
The vision for the trail system was sort of that European style hut-to-hut or lodge-to-lodge options. In terms of scoring deals, there's a lot of lodges that put together packages, particularly for midweek. The trails are quiet midweek. It's a great time to be here. There's also the hut system that's up in the Rendezvous. There's 5 huts. You can have all your food and wine and gear taken up by a snowmobile and spend the night under the stars with a fire and simple accommodations and go from hut to hut for as many nights as you like.
Log on mvsta.com for more information and links to the best places to stay in the Methow Valley. Toyota Ski Northwest on FSN Northwest from the Methow Valley will be back after this. Welcome back to Toyota Ski Northwest on FSN Northwest from the beautiful Methow Valley. The Methow Valley is famous for its amazing cross-country skiing. But did you know that just down the road there's an alpine ski area called Loop Loop Ski Bowl? The Loop is a bit off the radar, but that's not a bad thing.
This is sort of a hidden gem, isn't it?
I was riding up this week when we had the race with people who haven't been here before, and they said, wow, yeah, it is special.
And you might also be surprised that there's over 1,200 vertical, 10 major runs, and around 600 skiable acres.
You've got a lot of skiable acres here.
That's right, we do. One chair goes right up the middle, but it serves a beehive mountain, so it's very efficient the way that chair services the area.
It's a perfect place for beginners to come. You can't get lost. Everyone goes to the top, comes straight to the base at the bottom. There are some really nice, long, easy runs for the starters. We've got some challenging runs, or bulldog and Hughes, some bump runs. It's a little bit of everything. It's a real potpourri.
But in a world where profits are the bottom line, the Loop is non-profit. That doesn't mean it's free to ski here, but it is extremely affordable, and everyone who works here has a stake in its success.
So this is our 50th anniversary here on this site. It's just a wonderful thing because it was built as a community. It was built by volunteer help. We put the chair in 7 years ago and paid it off in 5, but over half of it was donated and volunteer help. We just built a new administration building and ticket office with new bathrooms that were flush toilet. That was a big achievement here. It had been talked about for 20 years.
You know, the phrase comes to mind, old school. You talk about old school skiing, this is it. We have fundraisers to pay for our big items like our bathrooms and our chairlift, and then all our daily operations are done through ski passes and lift tickets. So we make it work.
Loop Loop gets about 150 inches of snow a season. It's that dry, light powder that grooms into great corduroy. And except for first chair in the morning, you won't be standing in any lift lines.
You get on the phone and say, hey, you got to come over here and visit me. You're not going to believe this place. What do you tell people?
Primarily that there's almost nobody on the hill. Everything is so smoothly groomed, and it's a great grooming job. But it's a cruising mountain, not overly steep, and a lot of good intermediate terrain.
It's not busy. There's no lines. You know, people from the coast come over here and think they found the little niche of the valley, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Loop Loop is a full-service ski area with rentals, food service, a small terrain park.